Howdy everybody, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Faab Five campaign here on the Random Rhapsody Network. As always, we are live streaming our sessions on twitch.tv first, and then we'll be uploading the episodes to YouTube and podcast 1 week later. If you enjoy what you see here, feel free to follow us here on Twitch, subscribe to us on YouTube, and you can check us out on Facebook as Random Rhapsody TV or on Twitch as Random_Rhapsody. So when we last left off, the Faab Five had tracked a mysterious figure known only as the Dream Witness to an island in the middle of a lake east of Leverin. After waiting for nightfall, the Faab Five approached the island, utilizing Eloise's water-walking spell to allow both the group and their horses to make it across to the island. Once on the island, the five discovered that the ruins of what must have once been a small keep, with a group of gray-robed individuals in the middle of some kind of worship ritual, as they encircled a tall stone monolith. Using the element of surprise, the Faab Five leapt into action to attack the unsuspecting worshippers, layering a series of spells that completely overwhelmed the group of what turned out to be both a group of humanoids and not-so-humanoids, and a pair of crab-like crustaceans thrown in for good measure. In true Faab Five fashion, our heroes left none of the worshippers alive, and, after tossing the bodies into Veil's portable hole, the group did a quick examination of the three remaining structures on the island. In the most intact of the ruins, on the eastern side of the island, the group found a small round indentation in the stone wall. Remembering the silver amulet they had found on a cultist more than a month ago, Blood from a Stone placed the amulet into the hole and turned it to reveal a hidden passageway with a set of stairs leading downward into the darkness. The party made their descent down into the dank and musty underbelly of the island. There they found a series of rooms and hallways leading east, occasionally prefaced by a strange-looking stone door. The Faab Five explored for a bit until they found a room full of blank-staring humanoids with aberrant features. The group decided to try and speak to the creatures, and Apollyon cruised into the room with his billowing cape stretched outward behind him. The creatures took one look at Apollyon, screamed, and threw themselves into a frenzied attack against the Minotaur.
That's the reaction I normally get.
It really is. But it was an easy battle to win for our heroes, though blows were exchanged on both sides. The group eventually paused for a moment to get their bearings, and examine the room and the corpses, and decided what to do next. And so, Faab Five, as you all take stock and ready yourself to proceed, a question comes to each of your minds. That question is, one of your party members has suddenly confessed that they are passionately in love with your character. How would you respond? And, because I'm a horrible person, Eloise, how would you respond?
Jesus. You know, I'm not really sure. Just kind of playing it by ear for now. We'll see.
Okay. Apollyon, how about you?
Well now, that would be quite something. I mean, I do like to have some fun, but my heart belongs to Biscuit, and I would never leave him behind. I mean, I did, but I know he's alive somewhere. I have to find him.
Indeed. Blood from a stone. How about you?
I don't know. I mean, there's only one of the group that I would even be interested in that way. But even then, I don't know. I don't even know if I'd be in a place to be able to return any kind of positive message to him. I don't know. I don't want something to screw up the group dynamic.
Group's dynamic is always important. Veil, how about you?
Well, Veil would be reading his book as the person came up and confessed their love to him, and he would continue reading unflinching and never look up from the book.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That definitely sounds about right. How about you, Liam?
I imagine it would go something like this. Polly, I'm not Biscuit. Get off me, Polly.
You wish, skinny man.
Once you go black, you don't go back. That's pretty much what it is.
I don't know. I just imagine Apollyon would split Liam like a freaking oak log.
God. Now I got that in my head. Thanks.
Okay. Y'all did this to yourself.
I gotta imagine Apollyon knows what he's doing better than that.
One would certainly hope. But Faab
Let me
Five.
raise my dexterity score a couple, and we'll be there.
Not a blood spiked his drink or something, you know.
But Faab Five. From when we left off, you are currently standing in the room where you had fought the abnormal-looking humanoids, who now all lay dead at your feet. So, what would you like to do?
Can you put us on that map so I guess we can figure out where we're going?
I'm sorry. Absolutely.
We searched them, correct, and we didn't find anything but tattered
We got-
clothes.
We got maces, and I think that was it. I don't
Okay.
think they had any coin or anything on them. Oh, and didn't they have necklaces or something? Like, or am I thinking of something else? I'm thinking of something else.
You're thinking my game where you guys
Yeah,
kill all the cultists and they all had necklaces.
So yeah, we got their maces. That's about it. I added it to your portable hole, Bill.
Cling clang, got it.
Well,
I'm gonna explore over here.
The alcove down leads to another door. This one is not locked, and you open it quite easily. It's the same stone that you have been dealing with pretty much this entire time, and it does lead you into the next antechamber.
it's just the other room.
Alright, what's to the east?
Well, as you step into this large chamber, you can see that the center of the room is dominated by a large stone basin with a pool of what appears to be opaque liquid under your dark vision. At the opposite end of the corridor, you can see a single closed door. Unlit sconces are on either wall to your left and your right. The door itself, as you walk up and kind of look at it, Apollyon, you see a door of much firmer stone than you've previously encountered. You can see a triangular hole about half an inch in width, but as you look inside, it's at least 8 inches deep underneath a large iron knob that extends out from the center of the large stone slab.
With this liquid that's in this basin, would I be able to try and get a couple of samples with some of those vials that I have, so we could have it looked at later?
You could certainly try.
I could.
Hold
Well,
on.
I guess you got Mage Hand. You do that, so I don't have to touch it. Veil's got that. We work together.
I was gonna say I could have stick my 10-foot pole in there and see what happens.
Would you like to do that?
God damn it.
What do you guys think? Should I touch the water?
No, I don't think you should. But this is just me, so you could do whatever you want. I produce Mage Hand and scoop the vial out, and I gesture over to Apollyon. I say, by all means, touch it, but I'm going to do it this way. And I have the Mage Hand scoop a vial of the liquid out.
Okay, these are glass vials.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like stuff I would put poisons, anything in.
Sure. You use your mage hand and dip up some of the liquid into one of your vials. And as you lift it up, a little bit of the liquid begins dripping down off of it as you kind of float it over above the pool. As the droplets hit the stone itself, you do hear a sizzle, followed by a little bit of smoke, and which leaves a pockmark on the edge of the stone.
Okay, so can I do like a little field analysis to see if that is acid? Is there a check I could do for that?
Do you have like an alchemist kit or proficiency in that sort of thing?
No, I would just go, either by something I've read or intelligence or something to maybe determine if that's...
Okay.
That's
Go.
what
Yeah.
poison kit would work.
A poisoner's kit.
Unless
What-
it's not that.
What? I imagine this is more alchemy. Well, alchemy and poison. That's really. I'm honestly not sure. What all is in a poisoner's kit?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. I know it's like the actual like testing ingredients. Hold on.
I'm gonna say, just for simplicity's sake, Veil and Blood. You kind of put your heads together. So go ahead, one of you, give me an intelligence check, or with advantage.
I will let you, sir.
Okay.
You were definitely going to be the one with the intelligence modifier right there.
Can I? Oh, never mind.
Oof.
It's definitely acid. You have no doubt about that. It seems fairly strong, but you're not 100% sure.
So was he able to collect any in the glass vial?
Yes, he was able to dip some and collect it into the glass vial. And as you're holding it up right now, kind of looking at it, you are beginning to notice that the inside of the glass is beginning to eat away.
So it's going to destroy the vial too? Damn.
All right, so I'm not sure the properties of Mage Hand, me as the player, but I can Veil, have the Mage Hand go down to the bottom of that vat and see if it can grab something out from the bottom.
I suppose it could certainly try. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Can I give him advantage by using prestidigitation to light the sconces in here?
I don't see why not. You can definitely light them up. So yeah, I'd say go ahead and make a perception with advantage.
All right, that is a 15.
You look down into the pool, and the liquid itself is quite opaque. Now that the sconces are all lit, your dark vision kind of fades away, and you're seeing the world in proper color. And you can see that this pool, the liquid inside of it is a very deep, opaque green. You can't actually see the bottom.
You just be
Okay.
fumbling blind.
You would be
Yeah.
You could send your mage hand down and kind of feel around.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'm trying to figure out what would be a good, because you're fumbling around blind for this.
Blind check.
Like perception with disadvantage or something? I don't know.
I'm thinking I'm going to allow you to do a investigation check. With
Okay.
but with it's not going to be a disadvantage. It's not going to be an advantage. Just a straight investigation check.
All right. Straight investigation. That is a 23.
Yeah, maybe I should have made you roll a disadvantage. Oh well. Fumbling around, your mage hand kind of scrapes along the bottom of this pool, and you do sense a little bit. Imagine mage hand. You can at least sense if the thing feels something, and it grasps something from the bottom. You lift up the mage hand, and inside its palm, you find a gold ring with a single green gem in the center of it.
All right. I come over and find something that is a base. Do we have any vinegar? Does trying to think of
I got
Liam.
that jug of many things. Can't that produce stuff?
Yeah, good call, Liam.
Alchemy jug. They can do vinegar. 2 gallons of it.
All right, so I have the alchemy jug produce some vinegar, and I pour that over the gold ring to neutralize the acid.
Okay, I like it. And as you pour this vinegar over, you can see it begin to wash clean. Eventually, you pour enough of it to wash away any residual traces of the acid, and you pick it up with a cloth and kind of polish it a little bit. And looking down on the ring, you're kind of moving it over in your hand. You do not see any pock marks or signs of wear that you would expect from a pool of acid that caustic.
Okay.
Magic ring.
How long does it take for identify? Is that 10 minutes?
Well, do you have the spell?
Yes, but I could ritually cast is what I'm saying. I don't have it.
Well, it's 10 minutes plus whatever the cost is, the time is. So
I think it's 1 minute.
yeah, it's 1 minute, so it would take 11 minutes to cast the spell.
Okay, and do I need to be stationary for that to happen, or can we continue to walk as I'm identifying this ring?
Honestly, I feel like to do a ritual, it's something you actually have to sit down and concentrate on. It's not something you can just wander about while doing, because you really need to focus.
Yeah, no worries. Then I'll place the ring in my breast pocket, nice and secure, and I'll do it when we have time.
Fair enough.
Yeah, considering those creatures screamed, I don't know if we really have the time to waste. Anyway.
Yep.
Okay. So before you is the stone door, as I described right here, and there's also the hallway backwards leading back the way you came. What are you wanting to do?
We'll go to the stone door.
Press on.
It doesn't appear locked, did you said, or?
Well, I said it is a large, very heavy-looking stone door with a iron knob protruding right out the middle of the stone. Below that is a triangular indentation that goes about 8 inches or so into the stone itself. And with the lights now on, you're kind of looking in there, and you can see it. It goes back about 8 inches or so, but you estimate that's not even halfway through the wall or through the door.
It seems like it's the key of some kind, maybe. Well, I'm all ears. I can check the door for traps, things like that. But if that's a key, we don't have it. Our keyhole. So yeah, I will check the area around the door for traps.
Okay, go ahead and make a investigation or a perception, whatever.
Well,
That's fine.
21
Yep.
investigation.
Okay. You look around the edges of the door, and the door itself is fit very tightly into the frame around the edge of that little passageway. You kind of push on it a little bit. You kind of look around the handle. You don't see any traps of any sort. Testing the knob in the center, the knob does not move in any way, shape, or form.
Alright, well,
Looks like we need a key.
yeah, and I don't recall picking one of those up.
Vale says, yeah, I think looks like we need a key, and I'm looking at Apollyon and then just looking up at his horns.
Oh, I get what you're putting down. All right, stand back.
Those fucking horns.
So what are you doing, Apollyon?
I say, wait. And I cast Prestidigitation to make that door turn into, or have like a red tint, like a red cloth ball would charge at.
I like it. So the door turns a bright shade of red. Apollyon, you see it's there in front of you as you paw your hooves down into the ground, readying yourself to charge.
As he's getting ready, I'm gonna just pat him on the shoulder, tell him, "You got this," and cast guidance.
Okay, I like it.
I don't know if it's gonna help you. I don't think it's gonna help you. But...
It will help, definitely. That was awesome.
All right, so what do I roll to try to knock this door down?
Well, you have a charge attack, don't you?
Want to roll damage?
Yeah, so... Yeah, so basically you're I imagine you're just charging away at it, so that's going to be an attack roll at the door.
Do I get advantage since it's not a moving object?
Absolutely, you can.
Plus a D4.
The guidance only for ability checks, unfortunately. That'd be bless.
Wow.
We'll do the
19.
Yeah, you rush forward at full speed, slamming your head into the stone door with a resounding crack. Your horns just smash into it and push downward, and kind of your horns drag along down the stone. It is massively solid. You see huge gouges from your horns scrape into it as your skull smash into the door, doing 10 points of damage to the stone door. And your head fucking hurts. Your skull impacted that stone door with a resounding crack, and you slip a little bit, your eyes seeing stars, and your head is throbbing.
Well, if they didn't hear the creatures screeching, then they definitely heard that there.
It was a good attempt. And then I say to Blood, is there any way you could pick this?
There's nothing to pick. That's too big of a... I don't got picks that are that large. This, I mean, this is probably a door, like, you'd have to use magic on this door if you don't have that.
Did I take any damage?
I mean, it's unstoppable force meets a movable object. Yeah, I'd say you probably took a little bit of damage from that. 2 points of damage, not too much. Your skull's pretty thick.
Okay, can I try again? Can I back up the camera the second time?
You can certainly try.
Before you do that, Matt, could you re-describe the area that's not the dark acidic liquid in this room? Isn't there other stuff here?
So other than that, the stone corridor that you're standing in, there's not a lot in this particular room. You do definitely hit the door this time. Your horns impact a little bit into the stone, causing an interesting damage, and you see cracks forming along the wall, the stone itself. Doing 13 points of damage, you're definitely taking some hits on this door, but it's really fucking solid. And you could do it, it would take quite a few more hits, quite a few more times to break down this door.
Your brain will be mush.
So,
Well, check-
just to
Wasn't
describe,
there another hallway back
yeah,
the way we came?
we'll check that one, but you go ahead, man.
well, what I was about to answer Liam's question, the room itself is pretty much the way I've described all the others: the dank, musty stone walls and floor and ceiling. Other than the pool and the two sconces in the door, there's the door that led north to the room where you guys fought those aberrant type humans, and then the hallway leading back to the west, where Tomas and Blood just walked out.
Gotcha. Well, if Apollyon's still ramming this thing, I'm gonna wait with Apollyon to see what happens.
Oh, well.
Are you just wanting to continue to try to break down the door, Apollyon? You can certainly try.
Do you think we could weaken with some acid?
Yeah, there's starting to be some cracks in it.
Well,
Dissolve stone with acid.
is this basin movable?
It is not. It's actually built into the floor itself.
Alright. Do we have anything we could, like, cup a bunch of acid in before it dissolves, throw it on the door?
Besides the small vials, well, how about the alchemy jug? What if we dump?
Now that it's made vinegar, you can't make anything again for like 24 hours.
Yeah, it's now only vinegar for the rest of the day.
So you can't pour it out?
I suppose you.
It makes a finite amount of each.
But he's asking, would we be able? I would be one. It's magical item, so it wouldn't be destroyed.
Yeah, each
Oh.
one, it's got a lot of rules. I think like each one, it can make a certain amount. Like it can make 3 things of vinegar, but if we don't use all 3, maybe we could use the other 2/3 of its uses on something else.
So I guess what I'm asking is, can we pour all the vinegar out? And since it's a magic item, it will not take damage from the acid. And then we fill it with acid and pour it onto the door.
Yeah, but it seems like we got the strongest acid in the room already. Can't you just scoop it there?
He's saying fill the jug with acid.
So use the jug as a container, fill that up with acid, then pour it on the stone.
Oh, okay.
To weaken the stone more, and then from there, hopefully break the door down.
Well, we could check the other hallway too.
I was gonna say, what if we find the key to this door?
We already did.
I mean, you're welcome to try to go through the door and burn it with acid and dissolve it if that's what you want to do.
Activate the cape of billowing. Stand back, jabronis. And I will now enter a rage.
He's gonna die.
Oh,
He's so gonna die from all of this.
16 damage to this door.
14 of the damage actually takes, because it's a stone. But
It's like lightning.
you smash into the door again with your horns and cut huge gouges across the stone, doing more damage, and it is taking beatings, and you're seeing a little bit of wear, but it is a big, thick fucking door.
Man, think about this. You're only gonna make a hole at best. We're not gonna fit. As the door hinges, does it look like it's moved from the wall at all, or is he just making gouges in it?
He's just making gouges in it as his
This
horns
ain't gonna work, bud.
just scrape along it, because I mean, if you hit a point against a solid surface, it's either going to snap or it's going to push up or down and just create grooves.
You guys, I mean, I don't want to split us, but you guys keep doing this. I'm going to check this other hallway.
I'll turn to Apollyon and I'll hand him a napkin, like thrown in the towel almost, and say, listen, we're not done just yet, but why don't we give it a break and this will be plan B, and we'll follow the other guys in the other room.
Yeah, I wish I was hurting it a little bit more, but I guess I can wait.
It's a stone door, guys. Tomas is following you as well. And as you go down the southern hallway, you see that it does turn off to the south for another 40 or so feet. It eventually ends in what you see to be a door leading south and another hallway leading to the east.
Is the southern door made of impenetrable stone as well?
Well, it's not impenetrable stone. It's just a thick fucking door.
This one's the same thing?
No, it's just a standard door. Down the hallway to your left, or to the left of you, however, is another one of those huge stone doors.
Oh, this right here?
Yes.
God damn it. Alright, let's check this fucking thing. I'll check it for traps first.
Investigation.
That's a 24.
No traps is locked.
Yeah, well, I will pick it. Ooh, that's a 19 on Thieves' Tools. That's sad.
Yeah, with no problem whatsoever, you pick and unlock this door. As you open the door, you find a room that looks to have once been an opulent bedchamber, but it has fallen into complete disarray. Moving about beneath what remains of the desk against one side of the room is what appears to be a pile of flesh that seems to be slithering towards you.
It's moving?
This mound raises up into a huge mound, and I'm going to actually show you a handout of what you see here. But I need everybody to roll for initiative.
Of course, of course.
A horse, of course.
Veil got an 8.
24.
8 for blood.
19.
So that's what raises up towards you. A huge mound of flesh with eyeballs and mouths coming out from each and every corner.
Yummy.
Yeah.
I need that.
You said it's coming from over here by this bed?
Yep, I'm going to bring it up now.
Alright, I can kind of see it. It's just weird because there's there's light right, in these squares, but then this is
Oh, sorry. Did I say bed? I meant to say desk. That's sorry.
Yeah,
That's
well, I would say like behind the desk, yeah, so I didn't know.
Yeah, from underneath the desk.
A mouther? There you go, Apollyon. Stick your horns into this thing's mouth.
You got it.
Okay, is everybody in? Looks like it.
I guess, do we have Jareth down here?
So when you guys went down, I was not in game.
Oh, fuck yeah! So I guess.
We're
So-
missing Tomas. Tomas.
He's right next to me.
No, he's not in the initiative though.
Thanks for reminding me.
So I guess
You guys would be up to mad if he let us bring Jareth down.
Well, Yeah, I mean, at the very least, he could be up top, making sure that
Make sure nobody follows us.
Yeah, exactly. And he'll alert us.
Yeah, I think that's probably a better use for him anyway. These
It's down
passages
here,
are pretty
yeah.
narrow.
He would
Yeah,
be
that's
very
fine.
useful. That's a good idea, though.
So where were you guys? Was everybody back in the back and it was just Blood himself walking in here?
Apparently.
I wasn't far behind.
She's right in the hall, yeah. She was checking that other door, maybe, but yeah, everybody's right here.
Yeah, I feel like Tomas would have been up ahead more.
Alright, maybe it's his lighting is just different than mine. Because I'm, like, it's kind of half grayed out for mine, but his lighting is showing up everything perfectly.
Huh.
That's weird. I mean, I can still see it. It's just different. It's not a problem.
Yeah,
Unless
I'm not
there's
sure what's
a
going
fuckload
on.
of bad guys.
No, I'm not sure what's going on with that. It's really weird.
We'll manage.
Would I still have my rage active?
Probably. Is that any better?
No, now it's all gray. I lost Tomas's light.
Yeah, it's worse now.
I guess just put whatever like you put for his, just put it back, and then like I said, it's grayed. I can kind of see it. If there's a lot of enemies, it might get a little more dicey.
So
but...
you have no vision for Blood?
Well, no, I can see it, but it's like grayed out.
Okay.
Like I could see, like here's the desk, here's the bad guy, here's the bed, but it's
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah, that's supposed to be to reflect your dark vision. The fact that it's
Oh.
grayed out. That's what that is. I can take that off if it's making it difficult for you.
No, I mean, like I said, I could see everything. It was just weird because Tomas, I guess his wasn't, and so that's why I was just
I
that's fine.
see. Anyway, that's fine. Got that squared away. Looks like Blood, you are first in initiative order. And you see this mound of flesh climbing towards you. Nothing but tentacles and mouths and eyes all over itself. What are you doing?
All right. Well, I'm gonna run in 20, and then another 5, and that's my first 30. I'm gonna do a quick hide check. Is this thing like following me? Like, does it seem highly intelligent, or is it just pretty much?
You know, as you let's see here, as you run by the thing, that's interesting. So actually, we need to do something here real quick. On the start of your turn, I need you, before you move, I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw for me.
Okay. I don't know if I like the sound of that. That's 22 with crit.
So as you look at this thing, you see all the multitude of eyes and mouths just kind of focus in on you and begin making this horrible gibbering sound. And it's disconcerting, and it grates at the back of your brain. But you fight past it with your natural 20 and manage to manage to resist this odd effect from this creature.
Well, then I'll do what I was doing. That's 20 and that's 30.
As you step into the room, you notice that the ground beneath your feet is soft and dough-like. It's actually considered difficult terrain, and you have to move carefully as you go by this creature, as long as you're within 10 feet of it. So it's going to eat up some of your movement speed.
Well, so I guess it would be half movement, or it's just I have to move.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult terrain, so it's you use half movement to get across it.
God damn it. So it's 10 to move there, 20, 30. I'm gonna stay at least 10 feet from him. I'll just kick in the frickin' kitty cat speed. And I guess is this like a a bookshelf or?
Yeah, as you get 10 feet away from him, you notice that the ground becomes more solid. That on the ground next to you is a downed bookshelf. Its contents kind of spilled out and covered in dust, but it is a broken bookshelf.
So, like, if I were moving over here, it's just regular speed.
Yes.
Okay, so as long as I'm 10 feet away from him, it's regular speed.
Yes.
All right. Well, then I guess I start off there. I'm within 10, so moving away. Would you count that as 10 feet to get away from him?
Yeah, it's 10 feet to get away from him,
So,
and then from
15,
there you...
20, 25, 30. And you said this is down on the ground. How much coverage has it got?
Not much coverage at all. It's only about a foot and a half tall, laying there on the ground.
You know what? We will use the rest just to get behind the desk. And I'll roll just a quick hide check from him, or I'll move. Yeah, we'll be right there. That's more than 10.
Okay.
Do a quick stealth check from him. Like, see if he followed me or not, his eyes. Oh my god! The fucking... Oh! Double fucking crit fail. Wow.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Saw you.
Yo, that's never happened before. Well, I'll fucking take a shot at it.
That's what they all say.
Stuff there, Mr. Blood.
Apparently, I'm not gonna sharpshooter it yet until I figure out how tough it is. But yeah, I'll just take a regular shot at it then. Shit.
That thing's got like 100 eyes.
I gotta click the button. It's not gonna. Okay. 18.
And 18 does hit.
Now, I guess I'm assuming it saw me, so I won't get sneak attack.
You do not get sneak attack on this, no.
But I will use my last, my bowstring of, I think it was the acid one, so it's just an extra D8.
Okay.
Don't you want the cred though because it hasn't gone yet?
It's all up to him and whether or not. I think it's got to be.
Not in this circumstance, yeah.
I think it has to be surprised as well. I mean,
yes.
Let me pull it up just to make sure.
The assassinate.
You have advantage on rolls against a creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet. In addition, if it's surprised.
Actually, yeah. So you do have advantage on it.
Oh,
you would have advantage on it for the attack roll, but it is not a sneak attack roll. So you wouldn't get that, but you do have the advantage.
Sneak attack anytime you got advantage.
Yeah, sneak attack.
Oh, that's right.
You have advantage.
That's true. That is true.
Oh, well, then it would be.
Then yeah, it would be.
15 plus 8 is 23, so 46.
46 points of damage? What?
I've used all. Well, if we're doing it, if I get advantage and I get. Well, I guess, no, I'll just take the sneak attack then. I won't try and get the assassinate. Let me roll this 4d6.
Let's see here.
Oh, my God. 2 1s and 2 3s.
Yeah,
Jesus.
so technically he's not surprised, so you wouldn't get that.
Yeah,
But you do get your damage.
15 plus 16 is 31.
So 31 points of damage on your single hit.
God, that was fucking weak as shit. Alright, I got used all my movement getting here, so.
Okay. That's it for your turn. Liam, you're up next.
Alright. 30 feet to get into the room.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like another 5 to get in combat here. Gonna pull out Tsuyahime, longsword, 2-handed attack. First one's for a 23.
Yep, that hits.
8. And then another for a 20.
Yep.
All right, 15 points that time.
Okay, 23
then,
total so far.
I guess make a wisdom save now.
Actually, you should have done that at the start of your turn. I completely
so
forgot about that.
If I fail here, okay.
Yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, go ahead and make your wisdom saving throw. Oh yeah, you succeed.
14.
You succeed, no problem.
Excellent. All right, so I do the damage. Then that was 30, 35, I've still got 20 feet of movement. So, 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm right there. No bonus action this round.
Okay. That's it for Liam.
Whoop, sorry, wrong button.
Apollyon.
Forgot difficult terrain's not a problem for you.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
I gotta take that feat.
I believe I can get to
That's also why I take no attack of opportunity, the same feat.
Wait, Liam, couldn't you have done an unarmed strike before you left as your bonus action?
No, because I clicked two-handed attack. Unarmed strike is specifically a follow-up to a one-handed strike. Matt and I discussed that. I've got a way around it with my pole arms, but not with my sword.
Oh, alright. I just assumed you can, like, kick him or something.
Normal scenario.
It's kind of weird too, but it's whatever. All right, I'll fire 2 Eldritch Blasts at this guy. Oh wait, no, I won't. I need to make an attack because I'm raged. I'll charge him.
Okay, you can definitely do that.
I'll go ahead and use my dash and attack him with my horns. 24.
Definitely hits.
Uh, 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. You come charging up at this gibbering creature, ramming your horns into its flesh, and you rip back, tearing through this creature, doing a massive amount of damage. But it is still up.
Wisdom save.
You doing anything else, Apollyon?
No, do I have to make a wisdom save?
Oh, fuck, yes. Why am I so bad at that today? I need that wisdom saving throw first.
Was I in range when I started my turn, though?
You would have been in range when you walked into the room. That's
Okay.
when it would have hit you.
Oh, that wasn't supposed to be advantage.
Well, an 11 still succeeds.
Okay, cool.
It's not a difficult DC. But anyway. Okay. Eloise, what are you doing?
I am going to step closer so I can kind of see what's going on. Alrighty. So I'm gonna step over here. So I'm guessing I need to make a wisdom saving throw?
Yes, the moment you walk into that room, you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Cool. Nat 20.
Jeez. Yeah, without problem, you easily push past the odd sounds coming out of that creature, which are sounding more wounded and pained at this point.
Okay. And then...
It's got 2 fucking hit points left.
Do I get... What is this from? No, that's from... Okay. So then I will... cast... from my staff... it's probably just entangle
Okay.
spell. So it's a 20-foot square, and I'm gonna cast it so that I'm not gonna catch Apollyon in it.
So you just said it's a 20-foot cube? Or 20-foot radius?
Yes,
20-foot cube?
I accidentally clicked it. It should be in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
20-foot square, starting from a point within range for the duration.
I think that will get bored either way.
What?
No,
20-foot cube?
It doesn't say cube. It says square.
Yeah, 20-foot square.
like
Yeah.
on him, 10,
So there.
10. Yeah.
Or 5, that's 5, 10. No, actually, yeah, that's 10.
Yeah, that's really 10.
Yeah, I just realized that. That would be difficult to get outside of there. Because that would be kind of like that, and...
Yeah, I guess no matter what, either Apollyon or Blood are getting caught in it.
What does it do?
It's
You know what?
25
Considering
feet
it's a
in there.
strength save DC, I'm gonna say, yeah, like that.
No, me, I don't care.
He can still swing on the thing from there. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you cast Entangle out from your staff, and grasping weeds and vines sprout out from the stone in a 20-foot square around both Apollyon and the creature. Both have to make a strength saving throw.
25.
Apollyon's fine.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. The gibbering mouthers.
Barely failed.
So he can't come get me. Good.
That's true.
All I care about right now.
Okay, next we come to Tomas, who kind of backs up around a little bit. He first has to make his saving throw. Let me do that.
Oh, he's wise as shit. Come on, buddy. Now he's gonna fail.
Wow, he fucking
God, why
did.
I say anything?
Why did you say anything?
Well,
That
it's
is
because
hilarious.
He's got a fucking 4 modifier. He should be fine.
Okay.
Sometimes fate intervenes.
So, Tomas, as he stands there in the door, he looks out into this creature's eyes. And as this creature begins babbling incoherently, he just freezes. So for the rest of his turn, he can't take reactions until the start of his next turn, and he rolls a d8 to determine what he does on his turn. He rolled a 7. Okay. On his turn, let's see. He sees Apollyon, he sees Eloise, there's all 5 of you. The only ones he can really get close to, though, are Apollyon, Eloise, or Veil, so I'm going to roll a d6. Oh, wait a minute, no, that would be a d8. No, it would be a d6, yeah. So 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4.
Gibbering creatures in range, too.
In its reach. Yeah, so really it comes down to those 3.
Does it have to be his movement or literally 5-foot reach?
I'm ruling it more as his movement.
Movement, yeah.
So,
it would make a little more sense.
yeah. So he rolled a 4, which is Apollyon, oddly enough. So this should be funny. Tomas comes running up to Apollyon just as those weeds start trying to sprout out around you and you're pulling them off, Apollyon. He comes running up, yelling at the top of his lungs, and begins just pummeling you with his fists.
Whoa! What is all of this? What's the meaning of this?
First attack is a nat 20. So 10 points of damage as he jumps up and you're yelling, hey, what's this? He just clocks you full force across your chin, doing 10 points of damage. He follows this up with a roundhouse kick for a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Doing 8 more points of damage. He uses his unarmed strike. Yeah?
I'm resistant to both of those.
Okay. Perfect. So 5 and 4.
I got it. I just wanted to make sure you remember.
What
Yes.
level monk is he?
Pretty high. Why?
Because high-level monks do magical bludgeoning.
That's true. And this is. Because he does have that.
So do I not have resistance because it's magical?
Well, what does your rage resistance deflect? Is it just straight up?
Your Fists are magical for the purposes of resistance, so it's purely to get past stuff like that.
It just says.
It says resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
His
I
hits
don't
are-
know.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about magic versus non-magic. It just says resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. So
For the most, you want to overcome monsters that have just straight up resistance to non-magical attacks.
Can I just read the word real quick?
what's up?
If this is a charm spell, Tomas would have stillness of mind.
I think that probably only like one round.
Yeah, this isn't. It's not the same thing. It's not a charm spell.
Yeah, I don't think it's probably a long-lasting effect.
Okay.
So anyway, you are correct, Apollyon, and Apollyon, you are correct in that you do take half damage for these strikes. So it was a 5 and a 4. He's following this up with a single unarmed strike, and that's a 27 to hit.
Yeah, that hits me too. Man, this guy just ran up on me.
Yeah, he is. 8 more points of damage. So the first clock across your chin, followed up by a roundhouse, which just goes right into your eye. He lands on the ground in a crouch and jumps up and does just that. The Street Fighter Hoyuken to your nutsack for 4 more points of bludgeoning damage.
I'd like
Damn,
to
I thought we were on the same side, buddy.
I'd like to think that Crit Punch is like Little Mac in the old Mike Tyson Punch-Out game
Oh yeah,
with a little star.
that's exactly what it was. Okay, and that's going to be it for Tomas's turn. So Veil, you're up next.
Alright, so Vale's going to walk 5, 10, 15. Can he see the creature from here?
Probably not.
Because of that corner, right?
Yeah, because of that corner right there.
Okay. How about here?
Yeah, there you would be able to.
Alright, do I need to make a wisdom saving throw or no,
You do.
because I'm not in the room?
Let's see. I believe it's 20 feet total. Yeah, within 20 feet of it, which you are. So yes, I do need a wisdom saving throw from you.
Alright. Fair warning, Vale is street smart. I mean, book smart, not street smart. That is a 6.
Okay, so that is a failure. So I'm going to be rolling a d8.
It's gotta be like a 10 to pass this thing, hopefully.
And that's an 8, which Tomas rolled a 7 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. So yes. So what happens is you, Vale, your mind is filled with this strange gibbering and screaming, and it possesses your mind, and you blink, and everywhere around you, you are surrounded by these strange flesh-like creatures. Every single creature in front of you looks exactly like these creatures. You can see you can technically see the 3 of them within range, though Tomas is the one directly in front of you.
I'm sorry, real quick. Real quick. Is this a charm? Does this have anything to do with charm?
It does not. This is not a charm spell. This is a psychic assault of your mind.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to verify.
Advantage,
Charm, yeah.
Yeah, this is not a charm.
Okay, so everyone looks like that creepy flesh monster.
And yes, every creature in front of you, you can see 4 of them from your vantage point. The one in the far back, the one that's gibbering that you can hear, you're less inclined to deal with. You see, and it's the 3 in front of you that really that you just possesses your mind.
Okay, so do you want me to roll like a D?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a d6. You can determine who's 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6.
Okay, so Apollyon will be 1 and 2, Tomas will be 3-4, Eloise 5-6. So that is Apollyon.
Okay. And you are just possessed with a desire to attack, to make a melee attack at this creature.
Excellent. So Veil musters up all his I would call it fear, but he would
Hey,
his
anesthetic.
fear attack. It's a fight or flight, and he's in the fight mode with his little frail hands, his thin, pale, frail hands. How would I do a melee attack?
I assume you have some type of melee weapon in your inventory, don't you?
No. Oh, well, hell.
Yeah, I guess I do have a quarterstaff.
There you go.
Okay, so I guess I would pull the quarterstaff out and frantically swinging. I'm a +2 to attack, I believe. So let me click this. So that's going to be an 8 to hit.
I'm pretty sure an 8 misses Apollyon.
Yeah.
And I don't believe I have a second attack. I could be wrong.
No,
not
definitely
as-
don't. Not as a
not as
wizard.
Or at least not as
Yeah.
your kind of wizard.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can't do anything else, right?
Double attack at level 6.
Nope, that's it for you, for Veil, because you can't move away from him. You can't, and you made an attack, so that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, that was a good turnout for that. For what
Yeah, let's have the bad guy finally go after we've dealt damage to ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what happens now, because it is the gibbering mouther's turn, and all of you can just see all of these mouths begin muttering and chiming. The mouther spits a glob at a point it can see, and it explodes in this blinding flash. I need Veil, Tomas, Apollyon, Eloise, and Liam to all make for me dexterity saving throws.
I have advantage because of one of my features. Danger sense.
Okay.
that is a 9.
That's a 26 from Liam.
That's 6 for me.
Okay. I gotta do Tomas real quick. Whew, god damn. Tomas rolled a 10. I need one from Veil still. Or is that at 9? I see it now. Okay.
Yeah, I rolled a 9.
So, you see this creature spit this lob of guk out of its mouth into the air. It strikes against the ceiling and explodes in this bright, blinding flash of light. Veil, Eloise, and Tomas are all blinded by this flash. As the rest of you manage to shield your eyes, it hits the three of you full force, and each one of you are blinded until the mouther's next turn.
I'm revved up like a deuce.
So let's see here. All three in a row too. That's kind of funny. But Liam and Apollyon, you are both fine. The creature then leers up towards you, Apollyon, and you see this mound of flesh just come racing towards you as these multiple mouths start trying to bite at you. Does a 19 hit?
Nope.
You just smash your shield and your attached to your arm against this creature as it's rearing up to try to bite you, and you just barely manage to push it back and not be harmed. And that's it for its turn. Top of the order, we come back to Blood. Blood, what are you doing?
Do we have to do more wisdom saves? Or...
Yes.
Hold on, Blood, we need to take this thing out quick.
Let's see. Did you succeeded yours, didn't you?
Yeah,
Hold on
I
a
succeeded,
second.
Yes.
Let me see here.
I mean, I didn't just want to make sure it's not around every round.
Nope, it is at the start of each turn. It does not.
All right. I guess is it like a radius thing?
Yep. So I do need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
16.
16 is a success. You do hear these voices, these echoey murmurs, and you're echoing through this chamber, but you manage to hold off and push back against it.
Here, well, I'm gonna glide over just a bit. Roll another freaking stealth check. Oh, this will be actually advantage. So let me roll the second time. That's 27, so I'm assuming that's.
Yeah, you're hidden pretty damn well.
For giggles, I was supposed to see what I would have gotten with my advantage. Alright, I wouldn't. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just take a sharpshooter shot at him this time.
Okay, you move around to the side of the wall because you kind of got to get over here to hit him.
Oh, well, how big is this desk?
No, what you're standing in front of is a wall that kind of divides the room between this bed area and the rest of the chamber.
Oh, you see that grayed out? That I don't see a wall.
Yes.
I see a desk.
Okay.
So right here or right here?
The wall is the
right
same
there.
way
Yeah.
that side of the green
Okay,
square.
yeah, I didn't see because the stuff was grayed out, so that's why. Alright, so yeah, I'll go from there. And we'll sharpshooter this time. So hopefully we can hit him with it. Oh, I guess it's an advantage since I was hidden. But
Yep, it would be an advantage.
13 hit.
Yeah, 13 does hit.
Yeah, well, I got Apollyon there, so we're gonna get sneak attack.
I'm just going to say it now. The thing had 2 hit points. It was barely hanging on.
That was 43.
So, Blood, tell us how this looks.
I mean, I'd like to say I shoot it in one of its mouths, but which one? I mean, I just shoot it, and it starts to maybe, like, it's going to attack Apollyon again, and it just, like, it pops and just starts oozing into a pile under the ground.
Absolutely. And with that explosion outward, Apollyon is just showered in the gore and viscera of this disgusting creature, and it does fall to the ground dead.
Woo! Take that, jabroni. It got back to my turn. I was just gonna do the rock bottom on Tomas, though.
So
He's blind, you still could.
Yeah, technically.
That's why I didn't have to roll for the thing, because I was behind a wall. I was trying to figure out, I was like, why the fuck am I not rolling for that?
So anyway, with the creature now laid dead on the floor, and it almost seems like, have you guys seen slime? You know, the toys that kids can get now, just that kind of slightly tacky, oozy crap.
That is banned in my household.
Yeah, my daughter has like 40 of them.
For good reason. But this is basically what that looks like if it had mouths and eyes coming pretty much everywhere. It's just a horror mound of flesh, almost rubbery, like a squid or an octopus, and slightly tough and permeable. It's disgusting, and it stinks horribly. But it does lie dead on the ground before you. Veil, Tomas, and Eloise, after about 10 seconds or so, your eyesight begin to clear, and Tomas kind of shakes his head a little bit, and he's looking around, and he says, Jesus, fuck. I was seeing multiple of those things. Oh, my head.
Hey, you thought Polly was one of them, you arse.
Yeah, just come running up on me. I didn't know what the hell happened.
Oh, God, sorry, kid. I saw just the biggest mound of monster in front of me, and I thought that's what I was hitting.
Veil, he kind of looks at Tomas disgusted, and he said, "You know, you owe him an apology," as he's tucking his quarterstaff back into his pocket.
I did say I'm sorry, kid, but I really am. Oh, that fucking thing gave me a headache.
It's alright, I'll live.
I'm gonna start checking like the bookshelf, and then I guess is this another bookshelf here? This thing?
That thing is just a simple wooden shelf with a few broken clay pots on it. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Can I give him advantage if I help?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll start searching for anything useful. Maybe
Yeah, I'll be poking around in the slime and teeth and eyes.
Wow.
See if I find anything there.
double 14s. That
Mr. Doubles.
Okay. So
Veil got a 23.
okay, you're poking around the creature itself. The creature itself doesn't seem to. Go ahead.
I was just saying. Yeah, I'm looking. In the creature, around the creature, where it was.
maybe a key.
So as you examine the creature itself, you can see the multiple eyes all over the thing, mouths everywhere. But as you kind of examine them, you realize that these mouths don't seem to go anywhere past a little to the throat. It's odd. You would expect like an esophagus and something leading down to his stomach, but you don't seem to find anything like that along this creature. It is odd and disconcerting to look at.
Was there anything inside of it?
Nothing that you can see. You kind of even like look through where Apollyon had impaled it with his horns, and you can see blood and viscera and pus and ooze kind of seeping out from the thing's wounds. But apart from that, you can't find anything inside of it. It doesn't seem to have like a stomach or organs or anything like that.
Okay.
With a 14 blood, you're kind of looking over the broken shelf, and you lift it up, and you're kind of looking through. And there are quite a few books. Most of them are moth-eaten and breaking. You can see quite a bit of water damage on several of them, and most of it's covered in dust.
Are there any salvageable books?
If you want to take a look, you can go ahead and make an investigation check of your own.
I'll check the bed now.
That is a 22 for some salvageable books.
Go ahead, Eloise.
This is a desk, correct?
Yes. Now that you guys are kind of looking, you do see the remnants of a bedchamber, including a desk, the broken bookshelves, and the bed. So if you want to investigate the bookshelf, you can as well, or we can just use the numbers these guys are rolling. It's up to you.
I got a 19 for the bed area.
Yeah. Go ahead and
I'd like
roll,
to check
Eloise.
the desk since I seem to be the desk checker.
Absolutely.
Nice callback.
Veil, with your 22 investigation, you kind of push through the books and push Liam out of the way as you're looking through them. And you do recognize, while going through one book, the book itself, let's see, where did I put that? There it is. You find the remnants of an ancient spell book with about half a dozen pages or so filled with legible arcane runes.
Oh, baby.
You pick it up and kind of look through, and some of the pages are torn and broken, and a lot of the wording is faded, but there is, like I said, about a half a dozen pages that you can still read. It'll take you some time to sit down and decipher them, and as you know, there's a material component cost with copying a spell from one spell book to another, but you estimate there's at least a couple spells in here that you could probably transcribe.
Okay, great.
Blood, other than a moth, a louse-filled and moth-eaten bed. You find a lot of dust underneath it, mouse droppings and things like that, but there's really anything in the bed itself. Eloise, on the other hand, digging through the bookshelf or the dresser, apart from a lot of paper with very worn and illegible writing, much of it's moldy and just incomprehensible, you do find a small triangular metal rod about a foot in length.
I'm just gonna kind of pick it up and wave it. Is this what we're looking for, guys?
I do believe so.
She does it again.
Desks for the win!
Is this another bookshelf over here?
It is, and just looking through it, I'm not going to make you roll for it again. You don't find anything that's really legible or useful on that shelf. It's all pretty much molded, weather-worn books.
No smut novels.
No smut novels, I'm afraid.
Porn.
Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar.
Oh.
But I think this is a great spot to take our break.
I need a shower after that comment.
What, you don't like Sigmund Freud?
I don't know. I immediately went to fucking Clinton and his cigars.
But anyway, we will be right back, folks, and we'll pick back up with the Faab Five as they continue to explore this dungeon. Stay tuned. Howdy, everybody. We are back. When we last left off, the Faab Five, the Faab Five had just defeated a gibbering mouther and discovered the key they needed to open the door. Apollyon tried very, very hard to just smash his way through. Now, exiting the room, Blood, you do have a path that leads to your right to another one of those doors, similar to the one you saw in the previous chamber. You can use your key on that one, or you can use the key on the one in the acid room. It's up to you.
Does it look like it's the same lock mechanism?
Yeah, with that, I'm not going to make you roll another investigation. It is the same lock situation. A single iron knob protruding out the center of a massive stone slab with a small triangular indent going about 6 inches or 8 inches into the stone.
Yeah, well, perhaps we should go in the south one. If they're waiting for us, they might be waiting on the door they literally heard somebody slam his head into. So let's check this door.
As I walk past Tomas, I'm gonna pick him up and put him on my shoulder.
Okay.
No, bud. Let's sit you up here where you can't cause me any more trouble.
And he just kind of squeaks in annoyance. What's that? God, Apollyon! But he's tiny. You can easily pick him up. And he protests for a bit, and he doesn't, actively punch you, but he smacks the top of your horn a little bit in annoyance, but he does allow it.
Before Blood opens the door, I'm going to point my finger through and beyond it and ready a Toll the Dead just in case there's any hostile enemies behind it.
Okay. So you have your action held. Blood, go ahead. What did you say you wanted to do? Sorry.
I was gonna say we'll go through this door just in case there's anybody waiting of
Okay.
the other door.
Okay. So you insert the rod into the door and push it back as far as it can go. And after pushing it a little bit, you do feel a click as you get a little bit of resistance. You reach your hand up and grab the metal handle and give it a slow twist, and you feel mechanisms within the door begin to crank as you twist the knob. You hear a thunk as the door shudders a little bit as the knob locks into place.
Maybe that was like tumblers or something. The door is open now. I'll just give it a little bit of push to see if there's some give.
You give it a small push, and it does push inward into the next room. You opening the door?
Yeah, we're opening the door. Sorry, dog's barking.
Yeah, no problem. You do push the door open, and as you do, you reveal a large chamber of at least 60 feet in length. As you kind of peek around, you can see that the room is half flooded towards the back of the chamber, filled with very dark water. Along the eastern edge of the wall, you can see a statue rising up from the water that resembles an inhuman figure clad in a long cloak and what is holding what appears to be a silvery trident. The statue's face under the hood of the cloak is featureless, perfectly smooth with an angular chin. Directly opposite you to the north, you can see another closed door of similar make to the ones you've previously seen, not like the stone slabs that you did see that you've just
Like
pushed
wood
past.
doors.
One of the odd stone doors. Over here, you see the edge of another slab door. This with another one of those metal knobs in the middle. You kind of guess that that's probably where the acid room was.
Okay. Oh, right here?
Yeah.
This. Okay.
Yeah, right over here.
Gotcha. Alrighty then. Well, and you said the trident is silvery looking? Does it look like it's the same as the statue? Or does it look like it's something different?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Make sure advantages now. It's just a 10.
Yeah, it's hard to tell because there is no light source in this room. You're relying on your dark vision, and through the dark vision, you can tell that it does gleam as though metal, though the statue itself appears to be more of stone.
Okay. What were you about to say, Vale?
I was just gonna say, I have seen that same problem that you had earlier, where I could see like half grayish only in some areas, but I have superior dark vision.
I wonder would his dark vision look a little better since he has better dark vision?
I mean, dark vision is still dark vision. You can still see the
What is
graying.
superior?
And also,
Yeah,
what do you mean superior? What I don't know what that is.
It's like Drow have super dark vision. His is supposed to be as if it's bright light.
You can see
I guess yeah.
dim light as
But we're
though
in
it's bright light.
darkness,
You are
yeah.
in total darkness, and so you can see it as dim light, but it is still.
Maybe it's full elf Drow that get the super dark vision, whatever.
All right. Then, Eloise, do you have produce flame?
Do I have it today? I think so.
I got prestidigitation.
Oh yeah, I actually have prestidigitation too. I guess we could light these sconces.
Let's light all the torches.
Yeah.
Okay. So using prestidigitation, you begin to light all of the sconces along the room. And Apollyon, as you step towards the water's edge, a mist seems to form along its surface, rising upward and spilling out towards you until it fills the entire chamber with ankle-deep fog. Through the bright light of the sconces, I will tell you that you can see, looking at that stone statue, that the trident in his hand is made of a silvery metal, while the rest of the figure is indeed marble stone. As the room begins to fill with fog, each of you hear a voice speaking into your ears. Or at least you think it's in your ears.
Can I use prestidigitation again to make like a rainbow laser light show in this fog?
I don't see why not. You use prestidigitation and laser lights begin to flash through the fog, creating this interesting strobe-like effect of different colors, almost like a nightclub. And as you're doing this, even over your thing that you're making with your mouth, you can hear a voice in your ear, Apollyon, that says to you, "Travelers from afar, you come seeking knowledge, seeking truth." Each of your eyes kind of dart around seeking a source, and they eventually settle upon that statue at the end of the room. Because of Apollyon's strobing lights in the fog, it almost looks as though the cloak is moving, and a bit of a wind that seems to swirl about it. But you're not sure if it's the effects from Apollyon's light strobing or an effect of the statue itself.
As a reaction, I'll billow my cloak.
Absolutely, you stand and put your hands on your shoulders and billow out your cloak. The hooded figure seems to turn its head a little bit, or is that an effect from the strobing? But you can hear the same voice in your ear. Or is it in your mind? Some of you seek freedom. A freedom from the chains that bind your heart. And that strange cloak, it almost looks like it turns towards you, Apollyon. Others.
You over?
What?
What? You in the dark.
Others seek knowledge, hidden wisdom from a bygone age. And that veiled form kind of looks towards you, Veil.
Yes, I pick up what he's putting down.
Some of you seek power, skills that may set you apart. And this time it looks towards Leo. While others search for a home and family long abandoned. In blood it looks towards you. While some of you seek purpose and a reason for being. And Eloise, in the odd twinkling lights of Apollyon's laser light show, that formless face seems to look towards you. Or does it just look forward? The shadows make it so strange and eerie. But you all hear this voice, and it says to you, all these things you seek, and all may be found. Come before me, seekers, and stand witness to the truth.
Can I roll insight to see if this a ruse?
This
I was gonna
sounds
say,
an
can I
awful
roll
lot like
insight
maybe
this-
the room that they bring the initiates to brainwash them. Maybe.
It seems like that's
That's what I'm getting.
What did you say, Apollyon?
I was gonna say, can we infer that this is the Dream Witness?
Well, it sounds like everybody wants to make insight checks, so why don't two people do that?
All right, I'm only a +2, so
I
I
got
don't need-
5.
Inside I've got 4.
I got 4.
How is that?
I got a 0. Somebody else roll.
Fuck, I mean, I'll roll once.
Oh.
16.
Well, I'm taking the first two that popped up.
12.
So,
I thought. Okay, never mind. Well, all right.
and
This is just a
It's-
creepy voice to me.
it's hard to tell. You hear a voice in your ear, but at the same time, you're questioning now if it's just a figment of the light and a bit of paranoia creeping into your mind. You're not sure if you're hearing a voice. It's almost as though it's speaking to you, but at the same time, with this strange strobic lighting effect caused by Apollyon and all of the smoke and fog along the water, it's hard to tell if anything's even moving out there.
Polly, could you drop the light show for God's sakes?
All
Maybe
right.
sconces are lit though.
He drops the prestidigitation, but he like mutters. He's like, "Kill him a dance party."
But the sconces are lit, so we have light in here.
So,
Yeah, this is still lit.
okay. So the laser lights die down, and the room begins to get a subtle glow left from the lit sconces. As you look about you, the fog at your ankles seems to swirl a little bit about you, but is receding back towards the water. You're all kind of looking about, questioning yourself, looking at the statue, which is not moving at all. No movement seems to come from it. And you're kind of looking back and forth, walking side to side, like, you know those paintings where the eyes follow you wherever you go? You're kind of moving around looking for that, but the statue remains in place.
Again, Vale's book smart, not street smart. He's gonna bite. He'll walk up there and, through his mind, kind of ask the voice, "Where's the book?"
You say this in your mind? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the same way I was being communicated to before. I'm going to try to respond.
Well, you were hearing this in your ear, but you're not. But maybe you were. It
Okay,
sounded like it was coming from your ears, so it did
then
sound like a voice.
With my mind, I'll ask, and I'll also say it lightly, not whisper, but a little above a whisper. Where's the book?
As the mist continues to retreat backwards towards the water, that voice you had heard echoes in your ear once again. Come to me and bear witness to the truth. I await you below. And the mist seems to gather towards the left side of the back wall, rising up into a mound about 2 or so feet above the water in this area right over here, this back area.
Okay, so it's not coming from the statue. I'm up to the statue, I guess. Do I see anything out of the ordinary?
Well,
or can I...
okay, so you step towards the water, and you see that the water begins to drop off, going downward in a slow arc down towards the back of the chamber. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. That is going to be a 20.
The water itself seems to drop down about 15 feet at an incline of 10 feet, or about at 5 feet, going down towards the back area. You can just barely make out in that corner something, possibly a hole or a portal, but it's hard to tell because this bubble of mist that seems to be hovering there obscures part of your vision. As it begins to lower down towards the water, and in its place, as it touches the water and dissipates, you begin to see a bubbling churn begin to rise up from the bottom of the lake, of the water pool, and rise up higher and higher, water spilling down to the sides. You hear that voice once again. Bear witness to the truth, if you can survive. And as the water breaks, you can see a lumbering, multi-headed monstrosity pushing up from the pool of water before you. As all three of these heads that begin to rise up from the water appear twisted and deformed. One of the heads appears lizard-like, while another seems almost feline, and the last is more angular, with curved horns on either sides of its skull. As the creature's shoulders rise up from the water, curved and twisted wings stretch outward, splashing water out in all directions in a misty spray that create little rainbows of light in front of each of the sconces. And I'm going to need everybody to roll for initiative.
Veil got a 13.
Look at my character.
Wait for Eloise. Surprise, surprise.
17 for me.
I changed mine.
Okay, thank you. Looks like everybody is in order.
Do you have a handout for this creature?
I can make one. Unfortunately, I don't have one for... This is aberrant variation of this creature, but I can show you what it looks like originally. So it looks like that, but much more twisted and deformed.
So a goat, dragon, cats.
Pretty much. Eventually I want to find somebody to do artwork to make all these cool variation creatures I do. But looks like we are at the top of the order with Blood from a Stone.
Really?
As
No.
usual.
No, Apollyon had an 8 or...
No, that was his second roll. His first roll was...
Oh, shit. Alright,
And that was with advantage.
well, fuck, I guess, I'll, well, there's really nothing to kind of, like, post up, in here to fucking get my advantage.
Hawkins
Five,
of death and
20, 25, 30. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna hop over to this door with my feline agility. So
Okay.
use the extra space to get there. Crick wall a check to see if I can. 28 to hide from it.
Okay.
And then I will just, I'm not going to go sharpshooter yet because we don't know what it is. But I am going to just take a regular old fucking shot at it.
Talking's a free action.
A 19. Well, let's see if I hit a 19.
A 19 does hit.
Because it said if you survive. Come on. I click the button. Oh, wow, that's a shitload of awesome sneak there. 19, but I guess it's assassinate, so it would be 38. And then as I do it, I'll just step out. I was like, there's nothing that you can do to return my home. I made those mistakes, and I'm answering for them. I want nothing you can give me.
Okay, big hit from Blood from a Stone. And as your bolt of energy goes shooting out, striking the creature in its side, it just roars and looks directly at you angrily with one of those heads. Veil.
Maybe I'll use more 5 feet.
You're up next.
Confident.
All right. So, Veil is going to eye this monstrosity, and not really sure what he wants to do as far as attack or not attack. He's just going to cast Fairy Fire on him. That's a DC 16.
I get the dex check.
Might be dex.
Yeah, it's the dex. It says their dex saving throw.
Okay, dex saving throw from this monstrosity. Let's see.
Wow, Drow get that as once per day for free. That's cool.
Oh, I forgot to do something. That's okay. I'm going to wait to do that next turn. It would have affected you, but I'm not going to mess with it for this time. Blood. It has nothing to do with you in this moment.
Gotcha.
Okay, so the way I'm going to drop it, I'm kind of going to center the cube so it gets this statue as well, just in case that thing needs to make a dex save.
Okay, what is the cube size of that?
20-foot cube.
20-foot cube. So right about there.
Yeah, that looks about right. If you want to do it you can do that. And it's going to be green. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's more for flavor, but Veil's Fairy Fire is green.
Okay. So, you cast Fairy Fire out into the space, and you see these green flickering lights begin to light up around the aberrant chimera. They also seem to float in that whole 20-foot cube space, swirling around that statue a little bit, but as the spell and the initial effect ends, you can definitely see it lighting up the chimera, but it does not seem to light up the statue at all.
Okay, that was just more for my, just to make sure that statue wasn't something at this point. With his bonus action, he's going to open up the portable hole and have the zombies climb out for 10 feet, and then I'm going to say...
Okay. So I know this is going to be a little bit weird. I just want you to keep in mind that from where you are right now, every 5 foot that goes this way also goes down at a 5 foot sloping angle. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
So I mean, the zombies right here, like if you were to place them around you like this would be just ankle-deep water. This would be more waist-deep water. So from there, they're going to be at a movement disadvantage. It's going to be difficult terrain. Right here, they're going to be pretty close submerged. And
Okay.
does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. So what I'll do is I'll actually back up 5, 10 to right here, and then I'll release the zombies. That way, they're not in neck-deep water right off the bat.
Perfect. Now, let's see here. Yep, you're good to go.
All right. Do you want me to drop them on?
Yeah, if you can, go ahead and drop them on for me. You can position them where you need them to be. These are the 4 goblins that you had previously used.
Yes. Yep. So what they're gonna do is like that. And when I have them come out, I'll say, protect, and they'll make a wall right here. But for some reason, this one starts going this way.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to those 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to just step back here.
So as Veil releases his zombies and he calls them out to protect, 3 of the zombie goblins begin moving towards the aberrant monstrosity that rose out from the water. The 4th, which Liam, you would recognize that this one is the half-burnt goblin, the goblin that had walked into the field to pull you out. Half of its face and body has been eaten away, leaving a little bit of a skeleton in a half-meat suit. It's disconcerting as fuck to see this thing. And
would I recognize that, or was I unconscious?
Well, you definitely saw it as you woke up, because it had been sitting there leering down at you when you woke. So you would have at least seen it then. That is Veil's turn. And next we come to Apollyon.
Alright. Upon seeing this thing, I'm going to move over to here. And would that get me within 5 feet to attack?
I'd say, yeah, you could just make out an attack. You're also in probably about 4 to 5 feet of water, so it kind of comes up to your chest where you... right where you're standing, it's probably more about 2 to 3 feet of water. So you're about waist deep in there. And you can attack the creature. If
I move out of there, then I would have difficult terrain.
Yeah. If you move one step farther toward this way, you'll be in difficult terrain, but where you're standing, you're fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'll enter my rage again as a bonus action.
Okay.
And then I will attack recklessly.
You don't need to attack recklessly. You already have advantage because he's glowing with fairy fire.
Indeed you do.
Oh, okay.
And this creature is glowing with these bright green lights flickering all around, outlining the creature. So you can attack with advantage.
Okay, dope. I'm going to use the scimitar speed to attack. Click too many times, I'm sorry.
Well, you rolled a 29 and a 27. Both of them hit.
And a 20. Those are my 3 attacks.
Yep, all 3 hit.
Plus 12 damage. 18 plus 12 is 30, plus another 12. 42 damage.
42 points of damage with these 3 massive swipes from Apollyon and his scimitar cutting through this creature. That's a lot of damage. It is still standing, however.
Okay, I'll just hold my ground.
Okay. Liam, you're up next.
Well,
I'm just
Matt,
going to
Yes.
circle around here a little bit. Notch 2 arrows, and they're both at advantage, right?
Yeah, with the fairy fire.
All right, yeah, take 2 shots. Didn't mean to click it 3 times, so 13 and a 22.
The 13 misses, the 22 does hit.
13 points of damage.
13 more points of damage as your arrow lodges in the side of this creature. He's looking pretty damn hurt, but he is still up. Eloise, you had a question?
yeah, did Tomas roll for initiative?
You know what? I did forget to put Tomas in the initiative. Thank you.
No problem.
Whew. That's okay. I'm gonna have him go. I'll let Liam go first, and then I'll have Tomas do his.
I'm done with my turn.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll go ahead and have Tomas go before the Chimera. Let's see here. Whew. Tomas reaches into his pouch and produces a single stone out from it, about the size of his fist, which he drops on the ground as a free action. You then see him weaving his hands in a bit of an elaborate motion, and then he focuses on the aberrant creature in front of you and just shoves his hand forward. As he does, this stone is launched towards the creature, which I'm going to have him cast this at level 1. So this rock goes hurling towards the Chimera. He needs to make a dex save, which with a 15, the Chimera fails. So it takes 16 points of damage as this rock smashes into the side, hitting one of the creature's heads. And as it does, this creature's head just lulls down to the ground, appearing to be cleaved inward a little bit from that rock. Did a big hit. Tomas then kind of moves a little bit back this way. So, keep him on the ropes, Apollyon. You got him.
Hell yeah.
Next off, we have the Chimera's turn. The Chimera begins to flap its massive wings, rising about 5 feet up into the air. It focuses its 2 heads down, looking between you, Apollyon, and the zombies around it. And the massive heads begin to rear back, their mouths open, and a spray of greenish, burning acid comes shooting out from this creature in a cone that I'm going to place right now.
So he gets, I guess, acid instead. I think normal. Don't normal Kyers get flame breath or fire breath or something like that?
Normally, yes, but this is
He's
a variation
I mean,
of that, yeah.
Everything down here is fucked up.
Let's see.
Oh, not the zombies.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's the things that are right in front of him are Apollyon and the zombies, but he can't really hit Apollyon and all the zombies. So it's kind of...
Good thing we only have like 10 more in the fucking bag for him to make.
It's really hard to do 3D representation on a 2D grid because this thing is flying high up in the air and it kind of breathing down a little bit. So it's more of an angle than it would be, but it should be able to hit all 4 zombies, I would imagine. No, maybe not.
It's just fireworks, buddy. It's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Veil, go ahead and roll Dex saving throws for 3 of your zombies, please. No. Veil, I don't know if you can hear me. Go ahead and roll me 3 Dex saves for 3 of your zombies.
Yep, got it. Is that a 20-foot? I don't know. I couldn't see it passing.
15-foot cone.
Yeah, but is that 20 feet?
It's weird. It hits the 3 there. Remember, we're looking at a 2D grid while trying to think in a 3D world, but...
Yeah, was this Dex you said?
Yeah, Dex saves.
That is a 16, 14, 13.
Okay, so this is... I'm going to say that's the 16. That one saves. The other 2 fail. I'm going to need to roll...
Let's see, which one saved?
The one on next to Apollyon saved.
Okay.
So 37 damage to the 2 zombies that failed, and half of that, so that would be 19 points of damage.
Okay.
No, 18 points of damage.
To the one that died, or would be dead, there's no coming back from that, right? The undead fortitude, because there's no way it could hit that DC.
Yeah, there's really no way it could hit that DC. So the 2 of them just immediately just melt and burn from the acid that it breathes. And then the other 2, the one survives because it does take the 19 points of damage, but the other 2 are just melted completely by this acid.
Okay. Now, is it, I guess my question about the melting part is, and I don't think I have control over, oh, never mind, I'm not on that, that's fine. Does the acid eat away all the flesh and leave the bone intact?
I'm going to say that, yeah, with the 37 points of damage, it melted it in bone and flesh and everything into pretty much a pile of goo.
Okay, so there's no skeleton left of this zombie back here?
No.
All right.
Unfortunately not.
All right.
Now that's just a lot of damage to those guys. So that was its first attack with its acid breath. Looking between you, Blood, or you, Apollyon, and the two zombies that remain, it's making one attack against you, biting out at you with the lion's head of the creature,
Bring it, miss.
and that's a 14, which misses. And the last one is slashing out at the zombie that's still alive, Veil. So that's a 16 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
And that is 10 points of slashing damage. So it needs to make a 15 because it's 5 plus the damage taken. That
it failed.
So with a 12, it fails, and another of your zombies fall dead on the floor.
Deader.
That's it for the Chimera's turn. Eloise, you see this thing floating in the air, its wings barely managing to keep it aloft as it hovers just slightly over the water's edge. What are you doing?
Eloise?
Idea.
Oh, there she is.
Because we need that to leave again. Yeah, I'm just gonna yes. Oh, jeepers. Jeepers. I'm gonna do it. I'm casting Flaming Sphere.
Okay. Flaming Sphere.
I think. Oh god. Please don't let it just like sink in the water and go away.
It is looking extremely hurt, I will mention.
It's looking extremely hurt. It's still not really all that much. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Flaming Sphere, and it needs to make a Dexterity saving throw. And or does my sphere? Any creature that ends a turn. Yeah. So I'm gonna cast it.
So yeah, you create a 5-foot sphere of flame that just balls up in front of you, and you send it shooting towards the creature in the air. So
I'm gonna kind of like arc it though, so that way it doesn't hit the remaining zombie. Hopefully.
Okay, I dig it.
Yep.
Go. Yep, I will make its Dexterity saving throw, and that's a 10, so that's a failure. Go ahead and roll for your damage, but I'm pretty sure this is gonna finish it off.
Make it like a bouncy ball that bounces off the back wall and hits it in the back.
Six points of fire damage.
Yeah, it had 5 hit points left. So Eloise, why don't you go ahead and tell us how this looks?
Yeah, just kind of put my hands together, and as I take them apart, there's this ball of fire that gets it, and then I kind of throw it like this, so that way it arcs around the zombie so it doesn't hit it, and just kind of on the chimera.
And it explodes against this chimera in a blast of heat. And as you see it just begin to fall down towards the water, it lets out this mournful sound before it makes a massive splash into the water before you. But with that, the creature is dead and lies now in the water before you.
All right, we did it.
Are we gonna drag it onto shore? I wonder if we cut off all 3 of its heads, are we gonna get paid for each head? If we don't Or is it just going to count as one creature?
You know,
Just try it. It's triple the pay. That's what I say.
Tomas kind of walks up to you and says, well, technically, the contracts that we typically sign say that it's per head of a creature. This thing does have 3 heads. And he just kind of walks away.
So, are these zombies, or the whatever's left of them, is there anything left to salvage out of here? Or can I create another zombie out of this at some point?
Out of the 2 that are nothing more than melted acid goo, I'm going to say no, you cannot. The one that got slashed with its claws, you could cast Reanimate Dead to reanimate it into a skeleton.
Okay.
I'm gonna get an archer.
You do have to give it a bow, I will say. I know you
that's
do.
The one thing we've saved up.
I know you do. I'm just saying.
I'm so excited for it.
With the creature now dead, you guys all kind of drag it out from the water and begin cutting off the heads of this creature to put into the bag of colding. As you do, as you step into the water and kind of have to submerge yourselves to drag it out,
I'm not stepping in the water.
you can see at the bottom, towards the very back of this chamber, there is an alcove leading further deeper to the east, down into darkness.
But it's flooded?
It is flooded. It is the door itself is completely underwater.
Tomas, I don't think a creature that we took down this easily would be considered a dream witness.
It's not.
I have to agree.
Or it
That
is low.
what the fuck was with the light show? Did you guys hear what I heard?
I was just trying to get my groove on with this spooky fog.
What did it say to you?
It told me that secrets, all of the secrets that I sought about this cult was down below. That really fucking unnerved me. All of the smoke and fog and then the lights, and I couldn't tell that statue over there. I couldn't tell if the thing was moving or if it was just your fucking lights playing around in the fog.
So we can tell for sure that the spear, or whatever it's holding, is different than the statue.
So now that you're looking into the water, you can see that the pillar of this statue extends from the very bottom of the 30-foot incline up to meet the edge of the water, and above that stands the statue. So you would actually have to swim a little bit to get up to it, but it wouldn't be that difficult.
Well, I got
the
boots.
what
Striding
boots?
and leaping.
Yeah, you could probably jump it, you would guess. But the trident that the statue is holding does definitely look a different material from the stone itself.
And we can't recognize what the statue is.
The statue itself, as I said, is humanoid in shape with a long billowing cloak outward. Go ahead and make a religion check. And as I said, the face itself, completely featureless, just a blank slate, like a mannequin.
It's one of those 5 gods. Well, I have all kinds of awesome religion, but we'll see. Yeah, that's an... Oh. I thought that... I got 11. It's not much better.
You vaguely remember hearing that there is a a member of the Pantheon of Five that wears a cloak, but you'll be fucked if you can remember what the name was.
All right, I'm
I
gonna
think it was Rob.
go running to get over there to the statue.
You're
Will
going.
I also try, or is 2 people?
So hold on. You're trying to swim over to the statue?
I'm not trying. I'm doing it. No, a running jump.
Oh, yeah. With a run, you go jump off from the edge of the shore and land onto the pedestal with no problem.
You grab the spear.
It's a trident, and you place your hands on it, and you can tell that the statue itself, the hands circle around the trident and hold it firmly, but you're strong. Go ahead and make another athletics check.
Don't damage it. That could be bad juju.
I closed my character sheet for some reason.
Roll another 20 with an 8. Plus 8. Oh my god. So I roll double ones, and this prick gets crits back to back? God damn it.
Well, technically, 1s are also crits.
No, we're not talking significance here.
Well, technically, you can't crit with an ability check.
well,
It's just attacks. But even still, a fucking 28. You easily just yank this trident out, and it slides out from the clutched hands of the statue with ease. You don't even snap it or anything.
My MO is like let everybody else like look around and like address the area, and then I'll be like, nope, I just run over there and grab it.
Absolutely. And you yank it out, and it is a beautiful, solid, pure silver trident. A 3-pronged piece of length. You know, it's I think they're about 8 feet long in total, but it's massive and beautiful.
I replace it with an ordinary trident that I already had.
Go ahead and give me a dexterity check.
Okay.
Watch, he's gonna get another hit.
12.
You try to slide the trident you have back into the holes, but the trident itself is a little too thick, and you're having trouble pushing it into the gripped hand. You could try to force it with an athletics check. It's up to you.
I'll just kind of lean it up against the statue.
Okay, and you can certainly do that.
Okay, once I have this trident in my hands, does it feel magical?
It feels like a pretty nice trident. You go back to shore, jumping back as hard as you can, land a little bit in the water, but you've been in the water before. It's fine, and you kind of thrust a couple times. It's decently balanced and has a good heft to it. It's similar-ish to ones that you've fought with in the gladiator arena, but definitely of a much finer quality.
All right.
You can just go ahead and mark down that you have a fine trident in your inventory right now.
This is a fine trident.
And it's silvered, too.
I mean, if you want to spend time trying to discern more, that's up to you. But
you said we could tell that there's some kind of hole or something.
You can see that there is an alcove leading further to the east, going downwards into darkness under the water. Yes.
It's the only place we can go. I really don't want to go into this water like that, but...
Well, there is another door over here, I will remind you.
But the voice specifically told us...
I'm pretty sure that door leads to where Apollyon was trying to smash his head in here.
No, it's this one here. I mean, we can check this door. But I have a feeling we have to go below, because it said, if you survive, seek your answers below. So I think this test was to see if we could beat this creature, because it thinks we're initiates.
Well, but if we go in, does that make us initiates?
I think we have to go in. I don't think our job is done until we go in. As much as I do not want to.
So let's go in.
Let's get a marching order.
Zombie will lead the charge.
So you're swimming down into the water?
Yes, we have to.
Okay. Did you cast water breathing on them earlier today? I remember you cast. I remember you cast water walk, but that was over an hour ago, so you don't have that anymore. Okay.
No, water breathing doesn't look to be prepared, so no, I wouldn't have. Unless I cast it last night, in which case I don't know if it's 24 hours yet.
Can you guess it as a ritual?
Not if I don't prepare it.
You can cast ritual spells you don't prepare. That's the whole point of rituals. They just take longer.
Let me double check.
If it's a ritual spell, you can cast it. It just takes 10 minutes longer than its normal casting time.
Okay.
Well, if she can do that, I'll check out to see what this is up here. Just while we got.
It is a ritual spell, so I can do that.
And Vale could cast Identify at the same time.
Yeah, well, if he's ritualing that, I'll ritual Identify on my ring, and if we have time, I'll do it on the Trident.
Okay. So, is that what you guys are all doing?
I'd like to take this time to explain to Apollyon that it's not that I don't want you to get down with the fog, but something was clearly happening. Voices were going on. It was rather distracting, don't you see?
Well, shit, I didn't know that was going to happen.
Blood will look at Leah. I guess is this a stone door with the weird
this door itself is similar to the doors that you had seen before. It is locked. It is a stone door with iron features like the ones before. That is locked, but it's not like the big stone slabs you had seen on the other two.
Well, I will. God damn. 18.
And 18 does pick the lock. And it does reveal to you another short corridor that goes off to the left, leading to yet another simple stone door.
Blood will just look over. Miss Eloise, can you look over them while they are doing their business? And Tomas and Liam, if you come with me.
So Eloise is sitting down to cast, to ritually cast water breathing. Viel, you're going to take 10 minutes and cast Identify on the ring. Is that correct? So,
yes.
Okay, so the ring itself... where did I put that? The ring is a ring of acid resistance, you find out, Vale.
Well, it is in the acid, but it did do its job.
Alright.
It's still pretty cool.
At about that same time, Eloise, you do cast your spell and give water breathing to everybody. Blood, are you...
As long as they're within 30 feet of me, I can give them water
I guess I
breathing.
can stick around for it, then we won't check the other room. We'll do that maybe when we leave.
Okay, so you cast water breathing on everybody. There's 6 people. You're fine to do that. Blood, you go check out the next door.
Well, I guess once she casts that, I'll check it real quick to see what's in there.
Okay, it's another locked door, but I imagine it won't be difficult to hit the DC.
I still want it. It's got to be. Fuck.
Well, the thing is, here's the funny thing. Here's the fucked up funny thing is that door had a DC of 16, which for you is a fucking
It's
one.
It's a one. Yeah.
So
with my gloves.
I'm just gonna say that I'm just gonna start raising the DC for all doors from this
probably
point.
should.
From this point on, because you definitely don't need
Based
it.
on the type of doors, yeah, you basically probably should.
Yeah. So just this next room itself, as you walk into it, you push open the door to reveal an oblong stone room. Numerous crates and tools litter the area, mostly rusted and decay. Alcoves to the east and west contain boxes covered in folded gray cloaks covered in dust. At the northern end of the room sits 2 wooden chests.
Fucking pulling it, my goddamn got a steel rope shit. I'll go in looking for traps. I'll start checking things for traps. We'll go from there.
So you walk into the room. What are you checking for traps?
I'll walk. Yeah, check. I'm just gonna start looking for traps pretty much anywhere in this room.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
24.
As you step into the room, you're looking around and you see a push plate right below the floor in front of the door, and you jump over it, getting out of its way.
So, like, maybe on this spot is where the push plate would be?
Yes, I'll go ahead and give it to you.
I'll just kind of tell anybody coming in is like, you got to step around and jump over.
I just want to go back real quick before we leave this room entirely, only because it's bugging me. For this specific zombie right here, I'm gonna leave it up to you for the final decision. But my case to argue was this guy is 20 feet away from that monstrosity, and I don't think he would have taken the damage from the cone. But if you want to, for sake of brevity, have angled it to kill this one as well, I'd be okay with that. But I'm just going to argue that this guy was 20 feet away.
Well, he was 20 feet away, but he was also hovering in the air. So I was just saying that guy was being hit because he was doing a weird angle. You're looking at a 2-dimensional map, but trying to think 3-dimensionally.
Oh, I didn't know he was in the air.
Yeah, he was in the air. I had said.
Yeah. If he was, you said he was hovering 5 feet over the water. But if the range is 15 feet, how could he have gotten 20 feet away? Are you saying like it kind of showered?
A little bit. If it's really more important that one stay alive and the other one not, it doesn't matter that much to me. The main point is if 3 of them were going to be hitting, I was just going to be doing it at a downward weird angle so it hit the one behind. But it honestly doesn't matter to me which 3 it hit.
Okay. I would prefer this one to stay if that's all right with you.
Sure. Absolutely.
And now we can move to the next room.
Sure. Why not?
And it benefits you as a DM.
I remember which one you're talking about. When I was describing it, I wasn't specifically aiming at that one. I was just aiming at 3. So I'm perfectly fine that.
Yeah,
I know where you're going.
Yeah, I intentionally kept him back. Yep. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, it's fine. No worries. Blood. Let's see. You did see the trap. You do see the 2 chests back here. What are you doing? And what is everyone else doing?
I mean, I told them, it's like, if you're coming in, there's a trap right there. And I will move closer, check for traps around the 2 chests, and go look at the chests.
I thought we were doing this while they were doing their 10 minutes.
Well, she had to...
They really were. They really were doing it during that 10 minutes, so just for expedience sake.
Back. Yeah, we can go.
For expedience sake, go ahead and give me... I'm going to use your 24 perception. Neither of the chests themselves are locked. You open them up, and neither of them are trapped. What you do find is inside of them, in the one to the left, you find 6 odd-looking leather caps. You kind of lift it open, and at first you think they're like little bags, like little dice bags. They're just leather sacks. But as you spread it open, you realize that they can fit over someone's head. They're actually hats. 6 of them. In the other one, there are 7 small amulets with a reddish-green crystal in the center of a leather thong. Each one identical to the last.
Maybe. That's it for those?
That's it. Other than that, you found about half a dozen cloaks over here and a bunch of rusty tools spread about.
Well, I'm gonna bring the hats and the fucking amulets just because they're weird enough they might mean something.
Sure, you can absolutely do that. You bring them all back to the group as probably about the same time everyone's finishing with their spell. I've got to pee really, really bad, so give me 10 seconds. Talk amongst yourselves.
Veil says to Blood, "Hey, what have you got there? Some water-breathing hats? An amulet?"
I don't know. They're like little skull caps, and then there's some weird little amulets with a kind of a crystal. I wonder maybe if these are meant for like initiates in some way. There were cloaks in there as well.
It seemed like where they would give them items before they go off on their journey to fight, or maybe after they succeeded. This was what they were awarded in this room. I'm not quite sure.
How many are there?
Well, there were. He didn't say how many. Like he said, like a half dozen cloaks, 6 caps, and
6
7
caps and 7 amulet jewels, all identical.
Okay. Is anybody else freaked out that there's 6 of us and 6 caps and...
There were 7 amulets. I mean.
Yeah, and there's a zombie.
I don't know if he was. What if 2 zombies survived though? I don't know if Matt's that fucking clairvoyant.
I mean, Matt can say that there's any number of anything.
Yeah, so before he could, like, I totally fucking thought Tomas was gonna be a fucking spy right just now, until he came up with a story.
And I still think monks can punch through stupid barbarian rage, but we'll talk about that later.
No, that's not how it works.
No.
Bullshit, it's not how it works.
The thing is,
For
there's
the
something.
purposes of magical resistances is how it's phrased.
Yeah, but
Right,
the
some
rage.
monsters
overcomes
have resistance to non-magical attacks.
Alright.
Yeah, but the monk's punch is not a non-magical attack. That's what I'm trying to clarify.
Yeah, exactly. It gets past that resistance, but it's still bludgeoning damage.
Yes, but it gets past your resistance. That means you no longer take half damage.
No. So I see what you're saying. So basically, if Apollyon was immune to magic, which he's not, it doesn't matter. Type is bludgeoning. Yes.
Wait, immune to magic? What?
I said if he was immune to magic, which he's not, it still wouldn't matter because it's the damage type that he's resistant against, which is bludgeoning, slashing, piercing.
Right, but for the purposes of those resistances, it is considered magical for resistance purposes. So it's not considered bludgeoning when it's dealt. It's considered magical when it's dealt.
No, it's still bludgeoning.
Type of damage.
So
This could take up the rest of the session. I'm not going to get into it, but I still disagree with you.
I get where you're going, Kyle. Yeah, we can debate it after the session. Sorry about that, having to step away. I've been hydrating a lot today and just going straight through me. But you guys do come back to the main partially submerged chamber with the 6 odd-looking leather caps and 7 strange red and green amulet crystals. What would you guys like to do?
Well, we can breathe now. Might as well go in.
Yeah, let's swim through the underground chamber.
Okay, so you guys gather up yourselves and step down into the water, heading in down towards the alcove. Now, just so you guys all kind of know what's going on, as far as swimming goes, each foot of movement costs 1 extra foot, so 2 extra feet in difficult terrain when you're climbing, swimming, or crawling. You ignore this extra cost if you have a climbing speed and it's used to climb, or a swimming speed and it's used to swim. At the DM's option, climbing a slippery vertical surface, yada yada yada. So basically, while you're swimming, if you don't have an actual swim speed, your movement is halved. Just so you guys know, you do have the water breathing on you, and each of you have dark vision. Eloise, you pull on your borrowed goggles as you make your way down into the water. And as you step into the water, it is cold. The water is inky and dark, and it is cold. Like, not quite ice cold, but definitely not warm. And as you swim down into the alcove, you can see a tunnel leading downward towards the east at a slow decline of about 5 feet, moving downward into the darkness. All of you begin swimming as you head down there, so I would like each of you to give me an athletics check, please. And I'm also going to move all of these guys out of here, and I would like you guys to give me a marching order.
10 for me.
16.
That's a 4, but I'll just go ahead and use my inspiration to take the 22.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Go ahead and mark your inspiration off your sheet.
23 on athletics.
So as you all begin to swim downward into this dark gray corridor leading down and east, Apollyon, with his massive, ginormous arms, is making easy speed heading downward. As I said, you guys, your speed is halved, so you're moving at about 15 to 20, depending on your speed, feet. Eloise, for you, it's difficult. You have your robes that kind of cling to you in the water. Your tail swishes back and forth, but not in a very productive way, more in a holding you back kind of way. And as you're trying to kick and push, you are starting to lag behind a little bit, especially Apollyon, who's just blazing a trail ahead of you. Veil also rolled a 10, and he's having trouble as well. The same robes are clinging to your body and making it difficult for you to swim as you go down into the darkness. Blood, you do have a much better time of it than the rest, though you do kind of lag behind a little bit to let everybody keep up. Liam, you are a fish in water. And you can even do circles around. Well, I mean, you rolled a 22, he rolled a 23. You're keeping up with Apollyon with no problem, at the very least. I'm going to go ahead and position Apollyon in front, with Liam following along with him. Blood coming up next. Oh, I forgot to roll Tomas. Let me roll Tomas real quick.
Is Tomas a sleeper agent?
He is a sleeper agent, and he starts stabbing you all. You're all dead. Wow, he rolled a 5. He rolled the worst. He's having trouble even keeping up with the two of you, Eloise and Veil. And your zombie manages to make better pace than you do, Veil, with your 8.
Like, what the fuck, Dad? Come on.
Well, he doesn't need to breathe, so.
It is probably a little bit easier for him. Eventually, the path widens open, and you find yourselves entering a chamber that widens outward a little bit, and moves in a southern and bit of an eastern path out past the edge of the corridor, which I'm going to move you guys to now. You enter into a large underwater chamber, dark as night, but all of you have your dark vision, and Eloise has her goggles, and Tomas, before he started swimming down into the chamber, he used another one of his spells to cast dark vision on himself, because that spell had passed. But that's a level 2 spell offering him. Oh, wait a minute, no. Dark Vision lasts for 8 hours, not 1 hour. I am completely wrong. He still has it, so he's good.
He Gucci.
Yeah, he doesn't need to waste a spell. Much better. So all of you have your Dark Vision and are able to see as the chamber widens outward. It seems to go further south of you, a little ways. And you can see at the barest edge of your vision columns of stone that rise from the bottom of this darkened pool upward to the ceiling, which you can see about 15 or so feet above you. What would you guys like to do?
Are we still underwater?
You are still underwater.
Oh, there's columns down here. Okay.
You all start swimming outward in this widened chamber, and you can see the wall kind of curving down towards the south, where you can just see at the edge of your vision, some of you can begin to see the columns leading into an alcove heading east. As you guys are kind of looking, you can see that the ceilings are made of moldy stone that rise in this area about 30 feet from the floor. The floors are made of cracked tile stone, while the walls are made of cobbled and chipped, broken away granite.
Cool. And just keep moving down to the what's different.
Can we talk while underwater?
Yeah, you can. I mean, have you guys ever gone to the pool and submerged and yelled? You can hear a decent distance away. It's not perfect, but as long as you guys remain in general proximity of each other, you can hear what you say. It's garbled a little bit, but you can still make it out.
Is this a column that's been turned over?
These are the columns over here. These little stone circular areas here. As you go towards the center of this area, you can see there are sets of doors leading away from this room at the far edge of your vision, right down about here. There's also an alcove that leads further south. The stairs around here, as you can see this chipped floor of this area begin to rise up in a series of steps that lead upward to a raised platform where these double doors here lie.
I will start checking the doors, see if they're locked, or if there's any kind of. I guess I'll check
Break the
the
surface
traps.
of the water?
What's that?
Does it break the surface of the water, or
Oh,
this is still just all water?
The entire thing is submerged. You've been swimming in nothing but pure water. There.
I'll check the doors, see if there's any traps on it, and I'll see if it's locked or not.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your investigation.
14 for investigation.
You don't see any traps. It is locked.
That's more like it. 31.
Very easily, you slip your lockpicks in, even underwater, and very nimbly hit the tumblers and click the lock into place, unlocking it.
Look over my shoulder to Polly and be like, just wave him up, because it's probably going to be more difficult than I can do to push this thing underwater open. And I'll just get him up here with me. I'll just do it together. Or I give you advantage. Since I'm helping you.
Okay.
What do I have to roll?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an athletics check. With advantage, since blood is helping you.
Look at the help I gave.
Both of you are push your feet against the bottom of the floor and shove as hard as you can against these doors, and it's rough. There seems to be a bit of pressure against the doors, and you're straining and straining, and very slowly the two doors begin to open inward into the next chamber. It takes you a few moments, but you're able to do it. As you open up the room to this chamber, what you see is 5 sets of doors leading out from this room. Above, a huge shark can be seen swimming, circling around and around in this area. The creature looks down towards you, Blood and Apollyon, as you strain and heave these doors open, and you see the thing move in a quick jerk and begin swimming towards you, its mouth open wide. And we'll find...
Did you say a shark?
A shark. A giant shark. And we will find out what happens in 1 week, because it is now 10 o'clock.
Boy.
Fucking shark.
Shark bait!
Dude, that's some good eating right there.
Yeah, shark is pretty good. It's real meaty, like swordfish.
Yeah, it is. Well, okay, guys. You've managed to get to the next layer of this island in this submerged underground network of catacombs and stone ruins. So we'll find out what happens next week. So, for everybody watching, thanks for tuning in to the Faab 5 campaign here on the Random Rhapsody Network. If you like what you see, please make sure to follow us here on Twitch. And you can find us on Facebook and on Twitter as well. So on behalf of the Faab 5, I want to say thank you and have a great evening. And we'll see you next Monday. Good night.
Peace!